You were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there.
Nearly 2 decades later, America is still reeling from the loss of thousands of lives. September 11th, 2001, terrorists took down the Twin Towers, left a hole in the Pentagon, and scarred a Pennsylvania hillside. Tonight, 25 News reporter Hallie Jones talks exclusively to a former member of Texas Task Force One who was at Ground Zero following those attacks.
Firefighters with Bryan Fire Department climbed the equivalent of 110 flights of stairs this morning as they honored the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice 19 years ago. Early Friday morning, nearly 50 Bryan firefighters climbed and climbed and climbed as they remembered the first responders who died due to the terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001.
The people that lost their lives, doing what they were trained to do. I feel like it's important that we honor their sacrifice, and let people know how important it is, especially in this day and age, is, never forget.
Former Bryan Fire Chief and Texas Task Force One member Mike Donahoe, deployed to New York City just days after the attacks, recalls Ground Zero as a war zone out of a movie.
It's hard to explain. I've said before, I wished I could put you in my eyes and let you see what I see and, smell what I smell and those types of things. But it was just, I was just in awe of everything. It looked like a complete and total war zone, nothing that you could ever imagine.
Texas Task Force One sent members to both Ground Zero and the Pentagon. The unit Donahoe was in stayed in New York for about 2 weeks after the attack as they worked to clean up what used to be the World Trade Center.
When you saw the collapse of the Twin Towers, it was hard to imagine that those at one time were 210-story buildings. The magnitude of the collapse zone, the height of the debris.
While Donahoe is now a retired firefighter, he says he, like so many others, will always remember September 11th, 2001.
It's always with you. It's not, something that you think about constantly or anything else, but there are certain triggers and reminders of the time that we spent, not only deploying to Ground Zero, but my time with Texas Task Force One.
And here in the Brazos Valley, first responders will never forget those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
It's an honor to kind of be in this career field.
And for all who are climbing on this somber anniversary, every step they took was for a fallen brother who was with him today in spirit. Next year will mark 20 years since the terrorist attacks, and Bryan Fire says they are already planning on a special ceremony and hopefully a public stair climb to honor the men and women who lost their lives. Reporting in Bryan, Hallie Jones, 25 News.